Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. So, not exciting stuff because of what's causing the thing. So that does suck. That does suck. But I do want to step in right here, right now, and I want to say I think we are about to bottom. All right, I'm not saying we're going to bottom, but there are a few things that I'm going to show you real quick in this video. I'm not going to take up too much of your time today. We're talking a 5-10 minute video. Let's get into it. All right, I think some of these things might change your mind, and you know, I at least want to shed some light on them. Things look bouncy to me. All right, first thing I'm going to point out, VIX. Guys, VIX's RSI at the time of this video is just about at 70. Why did I turn that off? Just about at 70. All right, it was at 72 at a high over there. And then you have SPY looking like this. All right. So what I should have done here is this is why, guys, I do recommend using zones and levels, because I like to enter, I enter at top of zones. All right. I actually bought into, I think it was right over here. And then I think I bought right there. But yeah, it was pretty much right there at the bottom of that zone, and we did come down literally to the next one. So this was your downside risk, guys. All right, we're looking for buyers to step in either here. If you do not hold here, you're coming down here, and I think this was a great buying opportunity. I'm just letting everyone know right now, I think this is like amazing buying opportunity status right here. All right, we have a lot of names that are just down across the board, and when VIX is looking like this, guys, it very likely is going to crush within 1 to 3, I think it's 1 to 2 trading sessions. All right, so we're going to call 3 trading sessions. I expect VIX to crush back down here. All right, it doesn't have to be the case. We can have a full-on market crash, but I don't think that's going to be the case. All right, we can call this a mini crash, but I do think it's very likely that buyers are going to start taking the wheel at some point down here. All right, let's bring it to the next topic of discussion. DIA, guys. DIA hit the bottom of its golden pocket here at the 0.786 fib. It came down to the breakout / demand zone here. If your breakout level being hit, all right. So if you want to trade some Mr. Dow futures or Mr. DIA calls, all right, or DJI, if you really just want to buy the index. Can you buy the index? I don't even know how to buy this index. All right. I think you can. No, I don't even know. $37,000. We ain't buying DJI. All right. DIA. All right. Is looking immaculate. I'm just putting it out there. Okay. So you do have a bearish engulfing candlestick, guys. What if this all gets bought up somehow? What if it somehow gets bought up into the end of the day and people are going to lose their freaking minds? All right. I'm just saying we can talk about ES now over here. Okay, we talked about golden pocket, golden pocket, golden pocket. Was it going to do it again? It almost did it again. You almost got a perfect test just like you got here, here, and here. These were the shorting opportunities along this downtrend here in the golden pocket. That's why I keep telling you guys, all right? I typically make the videos right when we're about to get the bounce, and then I tell you guys what to, like, hey, if you're bearish. I really try and not have a bias when I'm talking about these in these videos. Like, I really do look at both sides here, right? So that's why I typically will say, if you're bearish, guys, you're looking to sell the bounce. You're not looking to sell right now. All right, just like I'm going to say, like, I don't think it's the best idea to sell right now. I don't think it's a full-on, like, I understand there is panic in the streets, but guys, it's at 64 now. It was just at 69 or something, okay? Let's talk about some buying opportunities, though. First, well, let's talk about the indices first, all right? I do want to be a little quick here. All right, you're going to come over here to the 15-minute time frame. First things first, you do have this triple bullish divergence going on right here. So you do have divergence as you come down here. The hourly RSI is looking like that. And, yeah, all right. And then you come over here to ES, and guess what? You have the 4-hour RSI down in the same spot we called for a bounce the other day, and then it turned up. All right, so I'm not saying it's about a bounce, but we have things that say, like, we can be bouncing here. Now, if you do not bounce here, that is a problem. You don't have anything until you come all the way down here to 497.37. That is going to be this gap, guys. All right, see how there's a massive gap in price here coming from right here all the way down here. So I guess you can actually, like, yeah, actually I see some support right there that we could have on our chart. All right, 502.87. We're going to use that as our level, guys. This, you just saw how I literally pick my levels, guys. When I see something, I say something, except I say something to the charts. All right. In this case, it said charts. That's important. All right. You got a touch point right there. You got a touch point right there. What is that? The low 50302. So technically, you don't have a touch point. We could use. No, I'm going to use this because this was technically a breakout level, and typically those are going to be more powerful. Yeah, you can see right there. 502.87. All right, so guys, if you break 504.91, we are going to be looking for 502.87. Underneath 502.87, that is what I'm going to say. There's absolutely nothing until this gap fill down here. Now, if we do come down there, I don't know what to tell you. I think, I really do think downside is limited here. All right, DIA can keep falling, but it's probably not going to keep falling. All right, you did break down. You had this head and shoulders looking thing over here. All right, with this little mini baby demented shoulder right there. So that's that. You also had it actually right here. Look at this guy. Now that is sexy. Golden pocket, boom, crash down. All right, now that is a sexy setup right there on DIA. Unfortunately, DIA options are the least liquid out of any of the indices, so that is a problem. All right, stepping on over to QQQ though, we discussed that DIA setup. Let's actually just look at it one sec. All right, so over here the RSI dipped a little lower. All right, over here it did too. All right, this was back in 2022 though. Keep that in mind. At some points, even during this bear market, you did end up getting your pops just from right here. You ended up getting a little bounce. All right, some little bouncy action right there. Right, 2023. Now we're in 2024, guys. This is the first occurrence. All right, but last time it was right here. It did mark the bottom, like the exact bottom was right here. The close that day was 324.19, so it was down towards low. So it would look something like this if we got a little, not a bottoming tail, but a little sign of life there into the close. Then that is when this could be very similar to over there, except this, guys, we're in a roaring uptrend here. I don't want to say a roaring bull market. I think we are, but yeah, quite frankly, guys, let's just for anybody who's about to roast me. Is this not a roaring bull market? Bull market, the top of the market. All right, but guess what? All right, so that's 49%. Well, guess what? You already went 100%, and if you just come from the lows, like this is a massive move. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a roaring bull market because over here, 167% from the lows. Guys, we're pushing the boundaries here. We're pushing the boundaries. Yeah, we should be looking for a massive pullback. That's insane. All right. I've been pretty vocal about it. At some point, this is going to happen. And I told you guys after this big fat red bar right here, 110%. All right. I told us, guys, I think you're about to short the hole. You're coming into support. I remember you had divergences going on here. And the last, not over here, I meant right here. All right. Right there. And I was talking about this golden pocket right here. If you just come over here, you just test that, the 0.618 to the 0.786 fib, you literally came right up to it. All right, you literally rejected from the golden pocket and sold off from there. What happened here? You rejected from the golden pocket and sold off there. And now things are not looking the best. All right, they're not looking the best. But I think things are getting a little too crazy too quick here. All right, moving on to QQQ. You're off the side of the cliff right now on QQQ. I will not deny that one. All right, high is 425.70. 425.70. Come over here. All right, guys. If you're new to the channel, green levels are my gap fills, and that is that. Red levels is your support and resistance. And then the zones are always going to be gray, and then the orange ones are usually my trend lines. What do I have a trend line on? Some CI I got a trend line on. All right. We also have a trend line on IWM. Yeah. All right. So this, guys, is where I'm going to bring the discussion to next. All right. Daily RSI is at 37.50. That's not important to me. All right. You are in the golden pocket. So just going to put it out there. You could come down here, bounce off that. And you could come up to previous support, now flip to resistance. And you're like, Henry, this ain't support. Well, if you just extend the level over here, then yeah, dang right it is support. What is the low of that candlestick? 199.66. That is the level to pay attention to on the come up. All right, I do think this thing is going to be on the come up. Guys, speaking of that, guys, we all have these internal thermometers. When our temperature, our success gets over, and this is in all aspects of your life and my life and everyone's life. When our success in whatever field or whatever our skill set or our specialty is, whatever we specialize in, whatever success, how we measure that, when it gets too high, we tend to self-sabotage to bring it back down to whatever we have our internal thermometer set at. So if you want a different life, guess what? You're absolutely perfect for the life you live in right now. So you have to change. You have to be perfect, the perfect person for the life you want to live. And if you're not living the life that you like dream about, that you write about, that you think about all the time, that you're chasing, all right? That you're really just always trying to get to that life, okay? If you're not there, then you physically are not that guy. You're not that guy. You're not that girl. You have to change. And the only way we grow is when you're uncomfortable, when there's pain involved, when, yeah, pretty much you're uncomfortable, all right? So if something does make you comfortable, just know it's really not making you grow. I'm not talking loved ones or anything. Do not, that's a whole different thing. That's a very important thing in life, guys. I think that's actually, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters in the end, because let's look at it this way. We get old and we die, and yeah, there's who cares if you make, like, you make money when you're younger, so you can, you know, then pursue it with that special person. You can go enjoy your life with that special person. But yeah, so if you don't have your dream life, you physically have to change. And to change, guys, turn that internal thermometer temperature up. Whatever you got it set at, and whatever you always start self-sabotaging yourself at, if you notice yourself starting to do it, take a step back and then mark it. All right, mark whatever it is. However you track your success, whatever it is. All right. If it's, you know, stock market, account size. All right, account size, trades won, all right, hot streak, whatever you want to measure it at. There's that. Okay. The setups you're taking. All right. Are you 0 for 5 right now? What? So you're like, you're off or whatever we're going to call it, right? You're self-sabotaging yourself. So mark out whatever your high was, all right? Whatever you want to do. That's what I'm saying, all right? That's how you measure where your thermometer is set at. So get above there, all right? Just get, like, you know, just put it up. Just turn it up. I want all of you guys to turn up, because at the end of the day, this is a community and I care for the community. And yeah, turn it up, all right? Because you're not perfect for the life that you want to live. You're perfect for the life that you live in right now. And to turn it up, you got to get uncomfortable. All right. All of those 3 things we just discussed, they all work together. Let's get back into the TA. All right. I apologize for going a little off there on something not the charts, but sorry, not sorry. I do care about you guys. And at the end of the day, that is exactly how that thing works. I got that from a podcast I watched the other day, and it honestly kind of changed how I was looking at things. I was kind of shocked. It was like, yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's how I feel. All right, guys. So you died. All right. You had this golden pocket. You almost hit it. All right. You almost hit it right there. You got ever so close, but you didn't hit it. And now you're dying. All right. So wherever this is going to stop at, we're going to put the bottom of this. If people want to know how to, all right. Now we already got this top of the golden pocket. We're perfectly there. All right. Then you died again. Now here's the thing. Now we have a new low to go off of. We know the impulsive move, guys. You want to know how to do these golden pockets? It's as easy as we're going to do right now. All right, let's declutter the chart. Let's take that off. Let's do this real quick. We're going to come like that, and we're going to remove that upper level. If we can, we're going to go like that, and we're just going to have a zone here. Now we know the breakdown level. We're going to watch that on the retest. We're going to call it a break and retest. This is going to be your demand zone right here. I know it's a big old guy. 437 down to 435. But when price comes in to retest that zone, we're going to watch it. You know what we actually can do? I think I like this idea way better. This is going to be our size down demand zone. This is just the level we're going to watch. You get above this level, we expect demand zone. That's $1 of range right there. There's like $1 something of range right there. And now you're just straight free falling. Holy sweet baby Jesus. All right. So I don't know when you're going to stop falling, but I'm going to just tell you guys what I think. I think within a few days, this market's going to get bid up again. And I don't know. Okay. That's just my opinion. All right. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. All right. I could be wrong. All right. We all have the ability to be wrong. I cannot be right all the time. All right. Like this, I didn't think you were going to even get down here. I thought you were going to stop right here, which is why I bought right there. But May 17 expiration, guys, I think you're going to do all right. if you are like buying the dip. DIA, you look like you're probably not coming down much further, right? But you know, if you really decide to sink it on DIA, you got quite a big, you know, price gap in between there. Okay. Yeah, 371. That's what we're looking for next. Now let's talk about some individual tickers that I'm watching on this pullback. Carvana, guys, this thing does end up retesting right there. That is a buy. You come into this golden pocket, that is a buy. All right, daily RSI is gonna be fully reset. It looks like you buy time on that sucker, and you probably catch another rip. All right, over here to Apple. I actually kind of want to skip Apple. I don't want to talk about this thing. All right, you do kind of have something going on here, and I like it, but you know, not enough to say like, guys, you know what? I don't know. This thing has died before when I thought it wasn't gonna die. I don't even want to buy. I'm not going to buy this thing on the dip. I'm definitely not going to buy this thing on the dip. What are we going to look at next? Disney. All right. I think this is a nice setup on this dip. There's that. All right. And then I'm going to come over here to SMCI. SMCI, guys. All right. Now, my plan from the start of the week, from the weekend, was 855. If we can hit that level, I like that. I think it's probably going to go underneath it like a little bit if it does get down there. Or we're going to see this happen. All right. Either way. If you put on extended hours here, I like what I see. You have a bullish, you had one before. This is what I was interested in before. All right, but now let's just look at it this way. You can form one if you really sink it. And you do that, you will have one regardless. I like that this thing is oversold. Sweet baby Jesus, gonna let me stop. Hang on. My keyboard, guys, has been spamming buttons like literally the past few hours, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Right, I left so I didn't have to deal with it, but it is random times it spams button. Like, what the heck was that? All right, regardless, guys, right here in the golden pocket, that is boom, this is where you found buyers before. That is where you likely you could find buyers now. If you don't find buyers here, you're looking for down here, and that is a level that I think is worth buying. All right, I think that is worth getting 2 weeks out on your SMCI calls, and there you go. Now, Meta is the next one we're definitely paying attention to. Crap, oh, sweet baby Jesus. All right, it already started taking off, guys, from the level. I missed it even to tapping the level. All right, I got a lotto here on Meadow, and I do think this thing is probably going to get bid back up. Now, it has died. But this 4-hour RSI, every time it really gets down here, we're going to set another alert. You get down here, this is where you really bottom out. Right there, right there. That is where, you know, I think not too bad to really buy it. All right, right here is the level I was really waiting on. This is the exact level I was waiting on, and I like it. I really like the look of this thing. But if you do keep going down, you are looking for buyers above 492.50. But you're really just looking at this, guys, all right? This is Meta we're talking. Now, it does have earnings coming up, so that is a factor in it, and you're going to have to play with weeklies because, sweet baby Jesus, they're pricing in a move all the way to freaking 50, 560. These premiums are juiced, okay? Well, you know, I looked at them before this big red day, so it was yesterday. So, yeah, just putting it out there. They're definitely still going to be juiced for earnings, but now you're tanking into earnings, and you know, you're probably going to get a bounce back. That's how I thought it was going to be into earnings. So, you know, we have like a time gap here. We have quite some time. I don't think this thing's going to stay down here. I think you're probably not definitely, but you're probably really going to get the bounce. And if you don't, you're going to come down to the bottom of the range here. All right, $10 to $15 low, $10 to $20 lower. That's your risk here. Max risk, I think, on Meta is right there into earnings. And at that point, I will buy a contract for earnings because I think they're setting up to rip faces. And like when I say faces, I think they're setting up another price gap. People want another NVIDIA. Huh? You want another NVIDIA that does some crazy stuff. Well, Meta has done some crazy stuff. So, you know, if you get that opportunity, that's also just something, you know, plus 13%. What is plus 13%? This over here, what do we get? They're literally going to price in the last earnings. That's usually how like this whole thing goes before earnings with options. All right, so 20% move. This is what I was saying. They are pricing an insane move because the last time, right around here is where I was seeing like, you know, those premiums probably would make money if you get up there. You know, unless you're buying, like, if you're willing to pay thousands of dollars for your premium, there you go. All right. But like, even the 550, I think I was looking, it was still over a grand. So I was like, you know, then you got to get the 5. I wouldn't even want to experience that, the stress of that. It's like, unless you're ready to throw out the money, you know, there's that. And I don't want to throw out, you know, 1 to 1.5K over meta. But I will tell you right now, if you put 2K on it for, you know, a nice contract going into earnings, if you get that opportunity, because premiums, they're gonna get slashed because, you know, it's, you know, still, we still have time before earnings. So if you do end up slowly tanking into earnings, like you get a bounce and then boom, you come down, you reject off of 510, you come down, and then boom, you come down to 485. That is the golden goose opportunity, and that's when, you know, maybe it is worth buying that for earnings. So there's that. All right. But that is pretty much it, guys. GS, I'll continue to point this one out. We pointed it out yesterday. Or not yesterday, in the weekly update right here, guys, on the trend line. And on Friday, I think we pointed this out. This thing kind of looks beautiful. So there's that. Amazon did start pulling back. So if it does continue pulling back, we're watching down here. All right. This also it has earnings with Meta next week. So there's that. All right. You know, I don't really want to play NVIDIA on the pullback. I'd much rather get Meta. I'm going to be honest. If I get that opportunity to play it. But you also got to play it with like weeklies right now. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I would like to I do think you're going to have an earnings, like, you know, big move up. I don't know. All right. Other one I would be paying attention to, PLTR. Oh, you came down to my level. All right. You came down to my level. That is something I was watching earlier. And yeah, look at this guy, yo. Perfect reaction, guys. I love this. All right. I love when things just look picture perfect, right where you got buyers last time. All right. What I really want to say is, guys, this thing is going to have an oversold RSI. And if you come a little lower, see that green box? That's where I do like it. All right. And maybe you snoop a little lower down to 2040. And I think you get a really big bounce. If that becomes the case, you're probably going to get a big bottoming tail if that happens, or you bounce back from here. I don't know. All right. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. All right. Schwab, big buy off of earnings, but then you swept these high, the high over here, and then boom, now you're dying. You come down. You're watching the golden pocket right there. The golden goose. All right. Tesla layoff announcement. This is why I'm not too fond of Tesla. I'm just going to say that right now. All right. Recently, Tesla has not given us big moves there, but I will definitely tell you right now. All right. Let's pound the table over here. We're going to continue to do it, but I think you're going lower at this point. I think you're finally going to come down here to 152.37, which is going to be the low of this candlestick right here. You do that. That I think is definitely worth a buy. You just do it with 2 to 3 months on it, because Tesla in the short term is a piece of poop, and you don't know what's going to happen. You really don't. How is our little potential short setup going on over here? Oxy and Zom. Oh, look at that. You're starting to break down. Beautiful. All right. But Oxy over there. CELH. This is something that's breaking down on this pullback. If we really start moving down, that thing is over there. And it tends not to move with the market. So I'm just putting it out there. Even if the market does recover, like I do think the market will recover before this thing. If it's getting down there. Yeah, this thing doesn't move with the market. So there's that. Microsoft. That is another one that's completely breaking down right now. I got my alert not too long ago. And yeah, all right. Let's just look at it this way. When you got down here, the last, few times you got there, this is where you started turning it up. And it was a big turn up. Oh, what are we getting? Microsoft. It just tanked. Did my chart not load? And then what happened? No, it didn't. You guys saw that just like I saw that. I don't know what's going on here. I told you I would take 5-10 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. We talked about the indices pretty quick, though. It's not 5-10 minutes. It's more like sweet baby Jesus times 5. It is 24 minutes. All right. But yeah, you are full on breaking down. The golden pocket served you all the whole time. You just kept getting bounces. You could have been playing weeklies on that. Probably would have paid a lot of money. But guess what? All right. Now you are going timber over here on Mr. Microsoft. And this is now down to where it always bounces. So I do think you're probably going to get a bounce. It's probably going to be off these lows. What can we get on regular hours? All right. Where were buyers during the day? We have low 412.79. That is the level you were paying attention to. 412.79. All right, a lot of clicks. Let's go. There we go. Just to make sure. 412.79. Okay, so that is something that I think is worth paying attention to. D-King over here. I think it's probably going to get buyers in this golden pocket. All right, so there's that. CRM broke down from the range. I believe we mentioned that in the weekly update. Not that it was going to break down. I just said you had a range and you're, probably got a big move loading. But now it is full on, it's going timber over here. And this is typically where you start putting in a divergence or you get a bounce to put into divergence. Just like over there. All right. And then you had another one right there. So yeah, you're paying attention to that. You're definitely paying attention to 268. These premiums are definitely always juiced when I look at them. But yeah, if you do end up coming down here, I do definitely think that's worth a buy. All right. There's a lot of juicy stuff on this pullback. I'm just putting it out there. And, you or me, we're not going to buy all of them. But, like, we have a lot of options here that are not looking bad. Crowd is pulling back where it broke out from. That's, again, this is, this ain't bad, guys. This ain't bad. It is bad, but it's, look at that. So that's what I'm paying attention to, guys. You come over here to SPY. It is at 504.80. Sweet baby Jesus. Look at that guy. Ooh, look at that. RSI is back over 71. That is what we're talking. All right. That is what we're talking. This is creating the massive buying opportunity, guys. Maybe we are getting that flush all in one go here. That's why I said earlier in the video, May 17. All right. I think you're going to do well. All right. But I don't know how soon that well is going to be. I really don't. I got to just tell you right now, all right? I am so used to sitting in drawdown. It's ridiculous, all right? And futures, I remember watching the futures videos when I was first getting into it a few weeks back, and people kept saying, you really got to get used to sitting in drawdown. And it's like, no, I already know exactly how that is because I have the design strategies around that of just buying time at certain points, all right? And there's that. And quite frankly, guys, I do think you are getting those opportunities right now. So I will pound the table with that. VIX, it's going crazy. All right. It's a VIX explosion over here. But SPY, it's a SPY-losion as well. All right. So that's going down. If it does end up bouncing hard, all right, we're really watching this zone right here in between here and down here. So now we're going to delete that horizontal level and boom, that's where you're going to be paying attention to. Oh, what did I just get rid of? Get rid of that. All right. And guess what? There. You're watching that. So if you really want to do the golden pocket, guys, you just take it from where the move started. You get your impulsive move. Let's look at it this way. Where is the bottom of it? All the way over here. Craziness. All right. Over here, you're watching right here. You guys see what happened there? Very close. Very, very close. Within 20 cents there. That's insane. Okay. This is typically where you're going to get sellers stepping in. Regardless of the move, sellers or buyers, you're going to get the opposing side stepping in because all you're looking for is a retracement. That's the golden pocket beauty. You're just looking for the retracement. You're not looking for a full-on thing, but you also can use it for that. Right? If you were to take out the 0.786 fib here, it's literally this. Anybody who's been asking, all right, if you just watch my videos, I'll throw this in every now and then. Here's your tutorial. 0.618, 0.786 fib, make them both the gold color, the yellow color. Get everything else out of there. Have this on. Make sure it's a darker color there so it doesn't show on your chart or whatever. All right? And that's all you really got to do. All right. And then every time you see one of these moves and then you clear as day see some buyers stepping in over here, we had the bullish divergence. So what were we looking for? A bounce. Well, how big of a bounce, guys? You got a $6 bounce. I'm usually looking for a $5+ bounce. I feel like I say $5 to $8. I feel like that's typically what I see. And then I tell you guys that's what I'm looking for. So you got the $6 move up. You then, sold off almost at that golden pocket. And if you come on to extended hours, did you get up there? You still did not get up there. Oh, well, you have the bullish divergence going on right now, actually, on this 15-minute time frame. That is something. 27.21, 27.30. You do not have the bullish divergence, but you do have it over here, right? I think we just bought them. All right, guys, with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day. I don't think it's I don't think we should be panicking right now, even on this spike. All right, we're doing it. Let's look at it this way. Here you took a lot of time. all right, to get from here all the way up here. You kept resetting this thing. 25 bars, 35 days. Well, what is this? All right, 25 days, 16 bars. I think you're going too far too quick. I think you're about to pull back. Whether you go up here in full panic mode or not, and we have a 20% VIX day, I don't know. All right, but you're looking for that, or you're looking for this. And then either way from this level, I think you do pull back, like a big one, and then boom, there's your shoulder. And now you're setting up for a crash. Maybe. There's your very big head here. Very big head. All right. I do a little drawing from time to time. Do you see what I see? No, 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 no. This is hair. This is a hat. You definitely don't. I really don't draw, guys, but I love drawing on these charts. I used to draw when I was a kid, though. I don't know why I thought that looked like ears. I'm gonna botch this so bad. How do I make an angry guy? Boom. With the squinted eyes going that way. Is that he's looking to the right? I definitely did not. This does not look like an eye. Angry eyebrows. Nose. That's no. This is his head. This has to now be oh, he's mad. Oh, he's evil. He's evil. That's what we're looking at. He's evil. All right? And that's your hat. Guys, this is beautiful. Beautiful way to close out the video. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time. This turned into a 31-minute video. But, you know, I think I rest my case. I do rest my case. We had some clear setups discussed in this video, guys. If you do enjoy these videos and you want to get info, you know, on the spot when I see stuff, all right, it's going to be right over here on this Twitter. It's going to be, you know, linked down in my description. And that is that. These are my two beautiful babies, my daughters, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.